seen Republicans kowtow to the Democrats every time that they turn around and they say somebody's a racist. They cower. It needs to be Trump. It needs to be said. It bothers me deeply. I spoke to you in the green room. You're nice. You're intelligent. Do not defend Baltimore as a city. Don't do that to Black America. Don't pretend that being in third place in terms of being in all of the cities somehow makes Trump a liar. They are leading in homicides. They are leading in rape. They are leading in sexual assault. Black Americans are suffering in this city. Because you don't like Trump, you're going to split hairs and pretend this is somehow okay because they're ranked third. We deserve better than that as a community. We deserve Trump. We deserve someone who has the courage to say to Black America, you have nothing to lose because you're already losing. And it's true. You know we're losing. This is not left or right, Democrat or Republican. This is about Black Americans getting off of our feet and admitting that something is really wrong.
Okay, right. So it's not because I don't like Trump. It's because I'm not untethered to the facts like he is, and apparently like those who don't mind defending him even when he's wrong. It's really not that hard to say that someone is wrong. When you say that no one would want to live in an entire city,
that's a rhetorical
and it's wrong,
device, obviously.
And it's insulting, and it's not factual. I have family from Baltimore, so I actually care about what happens to the people there. And then when you say, here are all the things that are wrong, but don't talk about our country, because if you talk about our country, then you need to go back somewhere. But I'm going to talk about what's wrong, and I'm not even going to introduce some way to help. What you don't do is criticize people who actually are getting up every day and working on it, and not introduce a way to get it fixed.
The last mayors had to step down from fraud.
I'm sorry. I'm still mid-sentence. I didn't mind him criticizing Representative Cummings because he's a grown man. He's a powerful man. He can handle himself. What I minded was insulting all of the people who live in Baltimore.
He didn't insult them. He told them the truth.
People by saying that it's not a place.
Well, how many? I think there are a lot of. I think there are a lot of
people actually want to hear.
I think there are a lot of white liberals and Republicans
who live in Baltimore.
Yeah,
but that are insulted.
Who are not insulted?
Because you know why? Because liberals
No, what I was going to say.
Who live in Baltimore? Yes, there are. Who work at Johns Hopkins and at Kennedy Schwieger and live in Ellicott City and love the harbor.
What I was going to say, guys, is that I think there are a lot of liberals and conservatives who would not want to live in Baltimore, in the places where these folks are living.
Guilty as charged.
That's the truth. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not saying that.
Talked to Republican Governor Hogan about that.
Well,
we talked to the president about that. Because the president is more powerful than anyone representative.
And I think for what maybe could happen out of this is if Cummings and these guys put aside 2020 for 5 minutes and sat and said, you know, what worked in New York? When you turn New York around, what worked and what didn't work? Let's look at it.
Republican
leadership. Just look at it. Put it on a piece of paper.
Democrat leadership never works.
But I'm just saying, there's some policies work, some policies don't. And take it away from
politics. I wouldn't even be able to vote if that was the case.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you could actually.
I'm happy with that conclusion.
I think you could actually come up with 5 things that worked and 5 things that didn't. Take Republican, Democrat off the sheet. I think that could actually happen. It's really hard when you cry racism. It shuts the conversation down.
And it's even harder when there is racism.
And there isn't any.
That shuts lives down.
So.